In the quietest corners of our planet, where the soil is poor and survival seems almost impossible, something extraordinary waits in silence. They do not roar. They do not chase. They do not move like animals. And yet, they hunt. Beneath the mist of tropical jungles, inside swampy wetlands, and hidden in shallow waters, there exist plants that have evolved into precision-engineered predators. These are carnivorous plants, living organisms that blur the line between plant and predator. For millions of years, they have adapted to environments where nutrients like nitrogen are scarce, forcing them to evolve strategies that seem almost animal-like. Instead of relying only on sunlight and soil, they develop traps, mechanical, chemical, and biological systems designed to lure, capture, and digest prey. Today we explore how these silent hunters survive, how their traps function with astonishing precision, and how evolution turns stillness into strategy. Carnivorous plants did not evolve to become monsters of the forest. They evolved out of necessity. In nutrient-poor environments, acidic bogs, sandy wetlands, and tropical rainforests, the soil lacks essential minerals. Most plants struggle in such conditions. But instead of competing for what little nutrition was available, certain plants took a different evolutionary path. They began capturing insects. Over millions of years, natural selection favored those with structures that could trap small creatures. Gradually, leaves transformed into traps. Digestive enzymes developed. Attraction mechanisms such as color, nectar, and scent evolved. Yet despite their carnivorous abilities, these plants still perform photosynthesis like ordinary plants. The insects they consume simply provide supplemental nutrients, mainly nitrogen and phosphorus, giving them a survival advantage where others fail. The snap trap is perhaps the most dramatic and iconic of all carnivorous plant strategies. The most famous example is the Venus flytrap, a plant that looks almost alien in design. Its leaves are divided into two lobes lined with sensitive trigger hairs. When an unsuspecting insect lands inside and touches these microscopic hairs twice within seconds, a remarkable biological mechanism activates. Electrical signals travel across the leaf surface, causing the lobes to snap shut in less than a second. It is one of the fastest movements in the plant kingdom. The edges interlock like prison bars, preventing escape. If the trapped prey continues to struggle, the trap seals tighter, releasing digestive enzymes that slowly break down soft tissues. Over several days, nutrients are absorbed. When digestion is complete, the trap reopens, revealing only the exoskeleton of its victim. What makes the snap trap extraordinary is not just speed, but intelligence in design. The trap does not close for raindrops or random debris. It requires multiple trigger stimulations within a short time frame, preventing wasted energy. Closing the trap costs energy, and each trap can only function a limited number of times before dying. This efficiency shows the delicate balance between aggression and conservation. The Venus flytrap represents evolution's mastery, transforming a simple leaf into a living mechanical device. It is not aggression. It is survival mathematics executed in tropical forests and humid environments. Another strategy dominates: the pitfall trap. Pitcher plants grow elongated leaves shaped like elegant hanging cups. Their surfaces are often vibrant, reds, purples, and greens, designed to attract insects visually. Sweet nectar lines the rim, inviting ants, flies, and beetles closer. But the rim is slippery, coated with a waxy layer that eliminates grip. One wrong step, and the insect falls into a chamber filled with digestive fluid. The walls inside are smooth and downward-facing, preventing escape. Slowly, the prey drowns and dissolves in a mixture of enzymes and bacteria that break it down into absorbable nutrients. Unlike the snap trap, pitfall plants do not move quickly. Their power lies in architecture. They rely on gravity and deception rather than speed. Some tropical species grow pitchers large enough to trap not only insects but even small vertebrates. Rainwater sometimes collects inside, mixing with digestive fluids. Over time, a microecosystem can form within a single pitcher, tiny organisms living inside the fluid, contributing to digestion. It is a complex biological chamber disguised as a flower. Beauty becomes bait. Stillness becomes strategy. Sticky trap plants appear harmless, almost jeweled in appearance. Their leaves are covered in tiny hair-like tentacles tipped with glistening droplets that resemble morning dew. But these sparkling beads are sticky mucilage. When an insect lands, it becomes instantly glued in place. The more it struggles, the more tentacles bend inward, slowly wrapping around the prey. This motion is gradual, almost hypnotic. Digestive enzymes are secreted directly onto the victim, dissolving it externally. Nutrients are then absorbed through the leaf surface. Sticky traps demonstrate a different kind of predatory elegance. They do not require explosive motion. Instead, they rely on chemical adhesion and slow mechanical response. Their movement may take minutes or hours, but the outcome is rarely escape. The glistening droplets that attract insects also reflect sunlight, acting as visual lures. What appears as beauty is in fact biological glue. In this strategy, patience replaces speed. Persistence replaces force. Hidden beneath still waters lies one of the fastest predatory mechanisms in nature, the suction trap. These aquatic plants produce tiny bladder-like structures. Inside each bladder, water pressure is carefully regulated. When a microscopic organism brushes against trigger hairs near the opening, a vacuum-like force activates. In less than a millisecond, the bladder door opens inward, sucking the prey inside along with surrounding water. The door then snaps shut instantly. It is a hydraulic system more advanced than many mechanical devices designed by humans. Suction traps operate entirely underwater, targeting microscopic organisms. The process is invisible to the naked eye, but astonishing under high-speed photography. After capture, digestive enzymes break down the prey. The bladder then resets, ready for another capture. This system requires precise pressure balance and structural integrity. It is a reminder that even in still waters, evolution builds hunters of remarkable sophistication. Carnivorous plants are not monsters. They are masterpieces of adaptation. Each trap type, snap, pitfall, sticky, and suction, represents a different evolutionary solution to the same problem: survival in nutrient-poor environments. They remind us that nature does not waste opportunity. When resources disappear, innovation emerges. These silent hunters do not chase. They wait. They lure. They calculate. And in their stillness lies extraordinary power. In understanding them, we gain insight not only into plant biology, but into evolution itself. Life always finds a way. Sometimes, it even grows teeth.